The Stalker twins, Whitaker and Adina, are now 20 months old, and their mother Shannon has high hopes for their future.
I want my children to be geniuses in their own way.
In England, 3-year-old Edward Upson lives with his 9-month-old brother Justin. Their mother Mariama is also determined that her kids will get to the very top.
I want my children to excel in life. It's every mother's ambition to have the crème de la crème.
The key to their aspirations could lie here in Philadelphia at an institution which claims to create smart babies.
Okay, we're going to do some multiplication. This is 8 multiplied by 12 is equal to 96.
There's no limit as to how much you can input into that brain. It is one big sponge that is just waiting to be fully soaked.
But recent scientific breakthroughs tell another story altogether. So, can you really make a baby smart? A newborn baby. In time, a complex mix of genetics and experience will give him a unique arrangement of skills and intelligence. Now he appears helpless and unaware of his surroundings. But inside his head, something extraordinary is happening. Billions of brain cells are reaching out to one another in a frenzy of electrical activity, forming neural networks at a rate which will never be matched in his later life. So imagine the possibilities if this explosive period of infant brain power could be manipulated to create a child of exceptional intelligence and ability. This is now being offered as a real possibility to aspiring parents, and not surprisingly, they're snapping it up.
There's an immense hunger amongst parents.
Three key discoveries which have encouraged this intense interest in how to create smart babies. First, the massive growth in infancy of connections between the brain cells known as synapses. They develop at a rapid rate, but a vast number wither and die in subsequent years. So the question arises, could some of these early neural connections be saved before they perish? Second, the discovery of windows of opportunity for the development of certain skills like seeing or talking. Might there be a critical period for developing intelligence? And thirdly, the discovery that rats raised in an enriched environment actually grow bigger brains. Could this be true for young children? Together, these discoveries rekindled interest in what has become known as hothousing. For those interested in hothousing, the most famous place to go is the Better Baby Institute in Philadelphia. Here, parents come from all over the world to learn how to enhance their children's potential, physical, mental, and musical. And they start young.
We have strawberry. This says pear, peach, apple, grapes.
Tiny children can learn absolutely anything that you can present to them in an honest and factual way. Absolutely anything.
Rainbows and rose. That's a dream glow rose. Pristine rose.
I am persuaded that at the instant of birth, every child born has a greater potential intelligence than Leonardo da Vinci ever used. And remember, he's my favorite genius.
Shannon Stalker lives with her husband Kurt and their 20-month-old twins Whitaker and Adina on Lummi Island in Washington State. She has a particular reason to be interested in Glenn Doman's approach.
My mother, I believe in 1964, read an article.
I think it was the Ladies' Home Journal, and it told about this work that Mr. Doman was doing as far as teaching very young children to read. He suggested this little book which they sent me, and it's called Nose is Not Toes.
always remember the start of the book for some reason, but everyone knows that nose is not toes. I was a Domanite, if you will, by the time I was 3.
Glenn Doman set up the Better Babies Institute in 1977, but recent developments in brain science have made its message seem more relevant than ever.
Many parents come here very hungry for the how-tos. Tell me how to teach my baby to read. Tell me how to teach him math. Tell me how to make him physically excellent. We spend much more time on the whys, on how the brain grows, why it grows the way it does. The brain grows explosively between birth and 6. This is the magic time. So if there's one time you want to make sure that you're arranging the environment for stimulation, it's during this period.
In Philadelphia, the Better Baby course is underway, and there's a busy schedule ahead. The first day of the course is called How to Multiply Your Baby's Intelligence. During this week, Miriama and Shannon will also learn about brain science in order to understand the theory behind Glenn Doman's methods.
How very nice to see you all. Now, I think you may well find this week to be the most exciting week, from an intellectual standpoint, the most exciting week of your lives. The thousands of parents who have preceded you in this room have found it to be.
The course is intensive, 10 hours a day for 6 days. On Monday, it's how to teach your baby to read. On Tuesday, how to teach your baby a foreign language. Wednesday, how to give your baby encyclopedic knowledge. Thursday, how to make your baby physically superb. And Friday, how to teach your baby math. The Institute runs 3 courses for parents each year. But on the same campus, they also run a full-time school for children up to 10 years old.
Let's make x equal to 3 this time. We're going to substitute 3 for x. So we have 2x plus 3y equals 12. So we're going to
It's algebra by the age of 4.
2 times 3 plus 3y equals 12. What's 2 times 3, Virginia?
2 times 3 is 6.
So 6 plus 3y equals 12.
1/4 of 92 is 23. Okay.
And it all begins with a unique teaching system.
1/2 of 76 is 38. Oh, he says. And 1/3 of 51 is 17.
One of the amazing things that our kids taught us early on, now more than almost 30 years ago, was that tiny children can recognize quantity.
Look, that's 5 multiplied by 20 is equal to 100.
And as soon as we began to realize this, we began to think about, what does that mean? And we realized that we had it kind of backwards in the area of math. You and I were taught the symbol, but we didn't really understand fully the quantity behind the symbol. Which is to say, you and I know the symbol 20, but we wouldn't know 20 dots if we fell over them.
If you look at this, 3 times 26 equals, does it equal 68 or 78? 78 it is.
So, for example, if we show that to you and I, we will immediately say 27. But if you show this to the tiny child and give him a choice, he correctly realizes this is not 27, it's 40.